I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do. If you fight a mage, they're just better. Like, they're just fucking stronger. There's nothing you can do to compensate for how much more gold efficient mage items are. If I build a Warhammer and you build a Fiendish Codex, you practically got the same stats as me for 200 less gold. It's fucking insane. Seeker's Armguard is 500 gold under cost. What are we fighting? Malzahar, top, probably. People do that because, well, you're a mage. You just auto-win. Maybe I should be going Aftershock. I feel like I should have gone Aftershock. A bruiser can't beat a mage, but a bruiser can counter a bruiser. So if someone... Here's basically how it works out. If someone starts with an Aatrox pick, you try to counter pick with a bruiser. And because Aatrox is so popular, if someone opens with the Aatrox pick, you counter with a bruiser. If there's no Aatrox pick, it defaults to Mage's top, which pretty much goes exactly with what I was saying. Aatrox was the only champion holding the game back from being Mage top. Why would they not counterpick a bruiser with a mage? Because bruisers are really fucking good at countering bruisers. Like, think about it this way. If someone first picks Kled, do you pick Rise or do you pick Fiora? You're gonna pick Fiora because bruisers are really fucking good at destroying bruisers. With that in mind, though, you can see the pattern. If someone first picks Aatrox, they try to counter with a bruiser. It goes to bruiser. If no one picks Aatrox, it pretty much always defaults to you're going to pick Jace or you're going to pick a mage. The fact that you have to count Jace as a bruiser just to start getting equal bruisers and mage should really tell you how fucked up things are becoming. Like how bad are bruisers doing that we're now counting Jace as a bruiser just to shore up the bruiser stats and make it look like they're being picked equally? How about they just nerf mages across the board? Like, it's not hard. It really isn't, trust me. I mean, you got two ways to do things. Option A, you slowly nerf every single mage that's been playable, which is pretty much what's been happening. They have slowly nerfed every single mage that's playable top because they just destroy everyone. They even fucking reworked Rise entirely trying to get him out of top lane. That's what I think is so funny about all these. No, mages aren't taking over. Meanwhile, they're literally like remaking entire fucking mages to try to get them out of top lane. Multiples of them. They had to rework Rise to try to get him out of top lane. They have to rework Silas basically to get him out of top lane. Like, they're removing all his fucking armor trying to get him out of top lane. They had to rework Nico to get her out of top lane. Now they have to nerf the fuck out of Karma to get her out of top lane. And yet people will still say, no, mages aren't an issue. No. If they're not an issue, why is the only way to get them out of top lane to rework the entire fucking character? If mages weren't overpowered, if they were balanced, okay? If playing a mage was perfectly reasonable and beatable. Oh, Victor, yeah, there's another one. Then why is it that the only way to finally get a mage out of top lane is to rework them? Why wouldn't you just beat them with a bruiser, right? Mundo loses to mages. You guys want to know how bad it is bruiser v mage items? I told you, mage items get their effects for about half the price that tanks pay for them. So let's say a tank gets 20% CDR, they will pay they'll pay twice the amount in gold efficiency that mages will pay. So Fiendish Codex gets its 10% CDR for 100 gold, right? 130. Tanks get that for 260 gold. The same fucking cooldown reduction costs tanks double to buy than mages. Let me give you a really fucking good example of this. Look at Frozen Heart and now compare it to any of the 20% cooldown reduction mage items. I sure am having fun fighting this mage. He is definitely not beating me by having a superior damage type and incredibly over-efficient items. No. He is beating me with pure skill. Definitely not that adaptive heavily favors ability power. No, not that. Not that whatsoever. I figured he would just instantly headbutt me, so I pulled him. Didn't work. How do I possibly deal with this situation, Twitch chat? It's not like there's any items I can build. Haha, Riot has seen to it. Every MR item sucks now. But a second ago, you were comparing bruisers and mages, not tanks. Are you retarded? Are you retarded? Like, do you have a learning disability? Are you taking into account Frozen gets other passives at that price? Have you ever actually looked at everything that Luden's Echo gives you? Like, have you ever actually stopped to look at everything that Archangels gives you? Archangels gives you 20% cooldown reduction, about 140 ability power, 25% refund on any mana spent, 1,400 mana, and a giant shield that scales off your mana. Typically around 300 in strength. But maybe bruisers have better base stats and abilities, do more damage without items. They're also melee, so you know, they kind of got that flaw. Mages also typically get better wave clear, as well as, again, being ranged. They also typically get better CC, and by end game, they're actually about as tanky as bruisers through all their various items, including the fact that our Hourglass is so blatantly fucking superior to Guardian Angel. Like, the Guardian Angel Hourglass difference is basically enough. Yeah, alright. It's okay. I have much higher base damage, right? Because now that I've built Magic Resist, now that he's built mana, obviously, my higher base damage and his lower base... Oh, wait, he still one-shot me? Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of suspected that, like, the Malzahar had some Grandmaster plan and wasn't just walking up to die. That's why I originally didn't go for it. So when the Syndra was like, oh, walk up, he's coming to you, I was like, eh. I was a little hesitant. I was like, no one does that. No one just walks up to die. Look at it this way. Actually stop to look at it this way. At 2,800 gold, I can get a Spirit Visage, right? That's pretty good, right? Spirit Visage, good item. At 2,500 gold, I can get a Proto Belt. The Proto Belt has significantly better build components. The only real problem with Proto Belt is it has Kindle Gem. If it had Fiendish Codex, it'd be way better. Literally over 100 gold better. But when you're getting such raw stat efficiency, it doesn't really matter what its build components are, because you'll be done with it soon anyway. Twitch chat be like, okay, so like, who spread the rumor that mages have an incredibly weak early game? Because whoever did that must be incredibly fucking smart to convince people that a class that is incredibly powerful early game, so powerful in fact that they're played mid lane so they can win the lane in roam, a class like that is actually secretly weak early game. Mage is weak versus Akali. I think everyone is weak versus Akali. I don't think anyone's actually strong against that champion. But actually, aren't mages strong against Akali? Now that I'm thinking about it, isn't that why she's played top lane? Because she beats the shit out of bruisers, but can't really do much mid. Are you dead? I feel like you're dead. Are you gonna out heal me? Oh. Mages. 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 Remember, Twitch chat, Ryze is incredibly weak early game. Incredibly weak. Very low base damage. Not even tanky. Yeah. Mages are insane. Everything they do is stronger than everything every other class does. There's not a single weakness to mages. Everything they do is better. Every item they have is more efficient. Everything they do is better. They do less auto attack damage. Well, I'd certainly fucking hope so. Otherwise, what am I building for? The mistake was ulting with only 4 stacks. I'm gonna go ahead and permaban you because I ulted with 5 stacks, actually. So, you're making shit up to try to make this not look absolutely idiotic. Yeah. See, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills sometimes, because when I see shit like Ryze just standing in front of Darius and autoing him to death, I think to myself, well, that proves it. Anyone watching this game would be able to see that Ryze is overpowered. But you guys are like, well, okay. Can he beat you in melee? Technically. But let's look at some stuff, Hashinshin. That's why mages being overpowered is so, like, institutional at this point. It's so, like... It's like every single facet of the game, every single aspect is helping mages be overpowered. From the adaptive formula being rigged towards AP, from Ravenous Hunter being so broken, to their items being more efficient, to the fact that armor is incredibly easy and common, and MR is shit and basically never found, to Void Staff is less expensive than Lord Dominic's, yet gives more penetration. To the fact that, I mean, even little things. Look, compare Tiamat to Lost Chapter. Lost Chapter, remember, all mages have Wave Clear in their kit, so once you give them infinite mana, this is effectively a Wave Clear item. But it also gives a shitload of ability power, but it also gives cooldown reduction. Tiamat gives no cooldown reduction. It's every single aspect of the game currently is working to make mages broken. Every single aspect, every single thing, everything is working to make mages broken. And it's so obvious. If you play the game, you can't hide from it. It's just so, like, the amount of shit you'd have to start excusing to hide it. So, like, okay, why is Ravenous Hunter so broken, whereas Legend Bloodline is so underpowered? Well, because everyone can get it. Okay, but it disproportionately buffs mages. Well, but you can use it too, Hashinshin. Okay. Why is Vlad so safe early game? Like, Vlad is an incredibly safe pick, right? But he scales better than any bruiser, even Jax. Why is that? Ah, fuck you. Can you just walk up and die to me? That'd be pretty cool. Dick. Here's a better one. Why do tanks keep getting buffed against bruisers when they're already decent against bruisers and absolutely not a single buff ever this entire season against mages? Literally not a single buff ever has been done on any MR item against mages. Well, that's not good. I was kind of hoping to farm a little bit more. Oh, they're gonna murder that Baron. I didn't get shit for help this game. I get counterpicked by a mage, so I'm already down like 5 kills against a mage, because it's a mage. Then I get camped on by the Alistar, who keeps rotating. And then the fucking jungler is top even. Then the mid rotates on me. No help for me. No help for old Darius. Yeah, I mean, look at Conquer on mages versus Conquer on fighters, bruisers. That should also help tell you just how broken the adaptive formula is. Did I get him? Oh, we did get him. Conquer gives you 18 damage or 30 ability power. Which of those sounds better? Huh. Overall, I'd actually say that didn't go too poorly. Honestly, I wouldn't say that went too poorly. We cleaned up a bunch of turrets, we got a kill. But that's exactly the thing. When you actually look at items themselves, the AD isn't actually that much lower. According to the AD adaptive formula, you'd assume that your average item has 100 ability power or 60 damage. Does that sound right to you? Well, that was odd. Alistar just gave me 5 bleeds. Then Ryze was like, hey, Darius has 5 bleeds. Sure would be a really shitty thing for my team if I was to walk up to this 5 bleed Darius and let myself get pulled. That's all I always say. The worst players in the game are range top players. By far, they're the worst players. They make the biggest mistakes. They do the biggest fuck-ups. I've never seen people play worse more consistently than range top players. They are awful. Well, just for the sake of debate, no champ in the game has AP innately. Untrue. With the new rune system, there is literally no way to enter a match without ability power if you want ability power. I figured that was about the best we were gonna get, honestly. I don't think I should have used my flash for that kill, though. I mean, it's a kill, which is great and neat, but on the other hand, I think my flash is more useful. You get 80 per level on every champion. Okay, and you're telling me your spell damage doesn't increase per level? Okay. I'm not sure what happened, but it happened. And they're dead now. I'll be honest, I never really get to late game as Darius. Typically, I go for Gargoyle Stoneplate late game, but I'm not sure what I want to do here. Well, obviously we need that, or else Yasuo goes Yasuo out of my ass. Now what? Do we go adaptive? Do we go... I mean, I typically just go Gargoyle Stoneplate in this situation. I kind of need to make a decision, unfortunately. Who is murdering me? Okay, we're just going to go Gargoyle Stoneplate. Gargoyle Stoneplate with Sterig's Gauge. Here's what I'm going to do. You flash into the middle layer team. You pop Omen. You pop Gargoyle Stoneplate. They focus you. The Gargoyle Stoneplate makes your Sterig's Gauge shield like half the fucking atmosphere. Like, half the known world becomes your Sterig's Gauge shield. Guys, there was a ward the whole time. So much for the mages are squishy thing, by the way. Is it me, or did he let Kha'Zix do whatever he wanted? No, you're right. I should have turned and fought. Wait, I can't see him. Oh, now I can. Now I can turn it. Wait, I can't see him. Oh, wait, Ryze has been shooting me. Wait, now I'm dead. You think mages lost their early weakness because of Lost Chapter? I don't think mages ever had an early weakness, ever. And I'm not entirely sure where this fucking insanity became